Okay,
Oh, oh boy.
so the problem we just had is we did number 3 for view A. I'm not making view A. I'm making view B. All the students are making view A, but I'm requiring them to have pockets. So if you're making view A, you would just do number 3. But the fact that we're doing view C and B and C, we're going to, I got this where you can't even see it. We're going to do step number 4, which is to first put the pockets on. So it says stitch one pocket section fabric to each side front section with a 3/8 inch seam. Stitch one pocket section lining to each front section in a 3/8 seam. So what I have to do is first pull these apart. Lining goes on the front, fabric goes on the side front. I have 2 pieces of lining and 2 pieces of fabric. So the first thing I need to do, unpin this, go here. This is my front. I'm going to pin a piece of lining to my front. Is that, remind me, is that what it says?
Yep, lining goes
To front.
to front.
Okay,
Yeah.
Fabric goes to side front.
alrighty. So I'm going to pin that. To the side front, I'm going to pin a piece of fabric. And that's what this notch is for. Okay? We're going to sew this together at 3/8, not 5/8. So it's less. Remember, when did I tell you, do I do 5/8 inch of a seam allowance? What's my answer always? No.
Always,
Yes, you're telling the right answer. What's the answer, Brittany?
always unless told differently.
Otherwise indicated.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, always unless otherwise indicated. So here's 3/8. I am going to sew. I am knotting because I want this to be permanent. 3/8, okay? So do you see how much smaller that looks? So the one thing about sewing with black thread on the white, you can see it. Now I have to do this on the underside.
And the side front is number 2 that you just, yep, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, 3/8. Okay. So I want to do that for both sides. I need a new needle on this machine. We're using the school Jukies. They're industrial, but when I can start seeing white coming through the black, it means I need a new needle. All right, so that's going to get pressed over like that, okay? So the next thing it tells me to do, what's the next step?
Step 5 is
Go ahead.
pin side front to front, matching notches and circles, clipping front where necessary, based, stitch, pivoting at upper large circle, leaving opening between lower large circles, stitch pocket edges together to side front seams.
Okay, so I've now got to take this and wrap it around. This is how you do an inset. So do you see this point right here? That is going to land there. So I need to, you always sew this so that it comes to a V. So I'm going to pin that. I'm going to bring this gets split like this and wrapped around that point. You're going to do this like 8 times in this pattern, 6 or 8. So look, I'm making sure all this lines up. I've pretty much slit that and bent it backwards. Now, notice how that buckles like that. I've now got to, in between here, cut 2, not through. And now I can lay it flat, keep lining these up to the edge, and each one of these, you remember how to do a princess seam? Each of these lines up, but see what you can't do is sew it like this.
Yeah.
If you sew it like this so that it's not lined up, you end up altering the shape of the garment, okay? So each one of these little flaps has to come to the edge. So typically you don't need to pin each one, but you know what? Until you get where you're really, really proficient at this, pin each one. So the next thing it tells me, I have to get down to that pocket and I have to go around. I have to go, let's put it where the people can see. I have to go down, up, down, and around the pocket and down again. All right, so let's start here. Now, I want to sew to the left of this stay stitching, especially since I did it in black on white, because that's what's going to prevent me from having to take it all out, okay? So I'm going to pretend like all of this is going to go straight, and I'm going straight to this point. I'm going to the corner. I'm going to put my needle down, but my needle needs to always be to the left of the stay stitching. Pick up my foot, put this lump out of the way. Okay, I could have gone one more stitch. Let me go one more. There. All right, so now, pick that up. Now I'm still to the left of it. Let me show you how this turned out. Now I'm pulling on this to get it flat. But remember, this thing is curved. No pleats, no divots. So sewing slowly, pulling at it, getting it flat. Now both of these need to pull out. I should have pressed them already, but I haven't. They need to pull out like this. Sew to the left of that. Go down to where I've gotten these two. Stretch them out. They should have been pressed before I did it, so you press it first. Get to here. Put the needle down. Pick up the foot. Now we're going to pivot around and sew the pocket. Mm-hmm. They have not otherwise indicated.
Okay.
Get all of this flat. See where that is? That's my little mark to tell me where my dot is. Put the needle in, pick it up, go across straight. Come, stop at 5/8, put the needle down, and sew down the bottom of the leg. Okay? Now, let me show you what you're going to get. Let me pull all the pins out. I don't know why rust is coming off the pins. But look at this. So now we've got an inset. See that? How that goes in there and fits flat. And then we go down here and we've got a pocket. But look at what happens. No matter what angle you look at, you never see lining. When you open the pocket, you see fabric. That's why the fabric's on this piece, the lining's on that piece. And you don't see seam. That's why it was at 3/8. It's kind of tucked under there. Remember the lapped zipper? How we kind of tucked the zipper under there? It's kind of the same thing. So now we need to go over and press this. Okay? I'm not going to do any more than this today.
Okay.
That's enough. Okay? But I want you to have this done to both sides.
So
Okay?
stop
By
at
next week.
6, yeah.
Yes.